All right, so we've already done all the basic stitches you need for crochet. So we have right here, well, we have a foundation half double crochet here. We have a single crochet here, half double crochet here, double crochet here. We used chains to make a mesh pattern through here. And then we went ahead and did a double crochet row through those chains. Next, I'm going to show you what is called a front post crochet. What I like about a front post crochet is it reaches into the space in front of or underneath your stitch below right here instead of the space below the stitch right here. This works nicely for creating extra tension in your projects or extra dimension in your projects. It can also be helpful when you're working with color work. For example, if one of your rows, if you want to do like a window pane pattern or a brick pattern, you would go with a solid color across one side, and then on the next row you would go ahead and do a front post double crochet in a pattern in order to with a different color in order to match the row below. It'll make more sense when we start doing. And of course, just like every other time, we'll go ahead. We've already chained one, turned our work. We'll go ahead, yarn over, insert, classic double crochet. And we're gonna actually start setting ourselves up for the waffle pattern. So if we're mimicking the row below, we want to just follow, if we want to follow that same pattern, this is going to work perfectly for us. So every time we want the fabric to be low, we're going to go ahead and double crochet like this. And then where the pattern gets high, where we make our waffles, we're going to go ahead and front post double crochet. So the process is actually exactly the same except for where you insert your hook. So we're going to still yarn over, but we're going to go underneath this part and then follow that same process. Yarn over, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And in my raking light, you can already see a shadow forming here because we're starting to form that waffle shape. So I'll go ahead and work across here. Double crochet, front post double crochet here, double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, and just like the start on this side, with this side we aren't going to worry about any front post, we're just going to do a regular double crochet. So we can already see a nice texture forming here. It's much more dimensional than what we have down below. You could do the same thing with your half double crochets or single crochets to create texture. I find that double crochets kind of give me the most bang for my buck. Now, in order to give us extra dimension, when we flip the work, everywhere, save for the ends, where we did a front post double crochet, we'll do a single crochet and vice versa. So I will go ahead, yarn over one or chain one, and then the first one's going to be a regular double crochet. And then this is where things start getting fun. So here we have a regular double crochet. And we'll go ahead and do a front post double crochet, yarn over, insert between the two spaces, pull up. And then I have a front post double crochet here. So I will go ahead and insert into this space here, just like I would with a regular, any other type of crochet. And I'll go ahead and continue that process all the way to the end. Because it's just an alternating process, I'm not going to have to put a lot of mental thought into it. But once you finish the first couple rows, then it's pretty easy to refer to the row below and know where you're at in your process. And once you get towards the very end, ooh, you're in for a surprise. This is one of the stitches that I hadn't really put much time into, but I found a pattern online that I wanted to use as a simple yarn buster. And when I showed everybody my work, they lost their minds. All right, here we are at the end of the project. So, or the end of the row. When you're working in this waffle stitch pattern, it could be a little bit more difficult to find which ones are your two loops to look for. You might have to roll it up because it does kind of lean a little bit because of what we're doing. So here we are at the end. As we can see, the back of it is now waffle, just in the same way that the start of our project here is waffled. I'm gonna go ahead, yarn over, flip it around. So this side has a full waffle shape. This side right now has a half of a waffle shape. I'll go ahead and do one more row so you can see how the stitches kind of work themselves out to start waffling essentially. So again, double crochet. This one is low, so we will do it low. This one is high, so we will do it high. And this is what I mean about starting to be able to see, just working with what you saw from the row before. That just kind of steers the whole process for you. We're almost there. Here we go. It's a front post. This is not a front post. And here we go on our last one. Like I said, it likes to roll, so just be aware. And here we are. So as we can see here, we now have a full waffle shape going on. for the most part, these ends, don't dwell on it too much. They're going to end up not having that perfect shape to them, or they might. Sometimes it just depends on your yarn or how you're working with things. But we can see through here we've got a fantastic waffle going on. One thing I will caution you to be aware of as you're working is, I'll go ahead and start on our next row so we can see, particularly when you're starting on your first row, it can be really easy when it's time to do your loop down to do your front post half double crochet like this, and then go into this one here. Make sure that you're skipping the one that you just front post double crocheted into and go into the next one. For me, this happens most frequently at the start of the project. And what you'll end up doing is essentially doubling the amount of stitches and throwing off your pattern if you do make that mistake. It's no big deal to undo it, just like in everything crochet. All of these motions that we're doing are essentially a series of slip knots that can be undone with a simple tug. But just be aware, because it really does suck to have to undo your project just to get it all fixed, especially for something as simple as that. All right, we're almost there. And our last one, again, likes to roll. Just be aware. All right, here we go. Solid waffle pattern here. Solid waffle pattern here. I like that about this particular stitch. If you're working in an alternating 1x1 pattern like that, it is fully reversible. If you want to increase the horizontal space of your waffles, just be aware that it will have a different look front to back, but that might be desirable for you. So no big deal if that's what you want. Just be aware that it's a possibility. All right.